Hey, what is going on, Scorpios? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I'm going to be using the Pulp Tarot. And with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Scorpios? What do we got for Scorpios? All right, Scorpios. I apologize for laughing, but you'll know what I'm talking about real quick. The first thing I see is this energy coming towards you. Now, this is someone that you know. And I feel like for some of you, this is someone you may have had a relationship with before. For others, this is just someone that I feel like you had a connection with, but maybe it didn't play out the way it should have. Either way, I feel like this is definitely someone I don't know if you were expecting to see. But when you did see them, it was very obvious the spark is still there. You know, I see this person, I mean, they have their shit together. I feel like before I'm getting the impression that they probably didn't, because I feel like this is a new energy for them. You know, they got their shit together, and I feel like they're seeing things in a completely different perspective than they used to. You know, like I said, for some of you, this is someone that it could have been a one-night stand. It could have been something, there was some flirtatious energy, but it never really played out. Or for others, it could have been someone that you did have a relationship with, but it never really went anywhere. But what I do see is, like I said, this person's seeing life in a completely different perspective. You know, I feel like they weren't where you were back then. But one thing is for sure, they've been thinking about you and only you. And like I said, I feel like when you see this person, the spark is still there. There's a lot of impulsive, fiery energy. You know, I feel like it's going to bring back a lot of memories. But also a lot of feelings. Now with this person, I mean, I see this person chasing you and not giving up easy. They're putting in a lot of work to get back into your good graces. You know, I feel like before there was always this connection that you had with this person. I mean, with the Ten of Wands and the Queen of Wands, I mean, this person's putting a lot of work to stay in front of you. But one thing I see is I feel like before this person held back, I feel like they weren't completely honest with you. And I feel like that might have been part of the issue that you have with this person, because as you know, Scorpios rely on a lot on honesty. They want someone that's honest. They want someone that's reliable. You know, and I know what you're thinking. Like, everybody wants honesty, but I feel like Scorpios really thrive in that. You know, they need to know the truth. The good, the bad, the ugly. And one thing I can say about Scorpios, they can handle it all. But one thing they don't like is lies and secrets. And I feel like this person never really, they weren't ready for this before. Very immature energy. You know, they weren't ready. So if this would have played out any further in the past, I feel like it would have just hurt the future more than it helped. Now, what I do see, like I said, this person, that's one thing you're going to notice a lot of big change in this person. One of the first things you're going to notice is I feel like this person's going to be very honest. And that comes with maturity. I feel like they're a lot more mature than what you knew. This person's made a lot of big changes. But one thing hasn't changed is their feelings for you. You know, I feel like those feelings are just as strong as they ever were. You know, I feel like this person never really ended this and never really walked away from this. You know, and I feel like that is one of their biggest regrets with that Five of Swords. I feel like they've been regretting that for a long time. And this meeting, this you two crossing paths, is what they've been waiting for. They've been waiting for their opportunity to make things right. And that's exactly what I see. I feel like I said, total honesty. I mean, I see this person being honest about things they don't even need to be honest about. I just feel like they've turned a new leaf. And I feel like this person knows what life is like without you. I mean, they've never felt this drawn to someone before. I mean, we have the Two of Cups. You know, that's a lifelong connection. And we have the Lover's card. That's something, that's more than just liking somebody. That's the Lovers is two people that come together and almost like the forming of one. You know, it's a deep connection and it's a lifelong connection. You know, it's definitely got some soulmate, twin flame type energy in this read. I feel like with this person, there's a lot more balanced energy than ever before. This person's made a huge amount of changes. With the Temperance, I feel like this is a very balanced energy. You know, I feel like all the old ways of this person have come to an end with the World card. It's the end of the major arcana in the tarot deck. And one thing is clear, it's this person wants to grab you and hold on. And I feel like they have a better idea of how to do that now. You know, before it's very immature energy, very, very young. It's very. They didn't know how to get what they want. Very immature. But like I said, in seeing this person again, I feel like a lot of those feelings came back very quickly. And it's very evident here that this isn't over. And I feel like not only is it not over, I feel like this is just beginning. Because now you're getting, you know, that draw that you feel towards this person, that draw they feel towards you. It's something that's going to be nurtured. You know, I see this person giving to this connection, giving time and energy, and giving themselves, giving the truth. And with that Six of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles showing up, putting in the work. That's something I don't know why they didn't do before, other than the fact that I feel like they didn't know how to handle a good thing. Or they didn't know what a good thing was. But like I said, this person's going to be honest with you, trying to build back and build more onto that trust. You know, it's that slow and steady, but Knight of Pentacles is a representation of building and establishing trust. And this person doesn't see it as it's going to be easy. but they sure as hell know it's going to be worth it, because this person wants to move forward with you. You know, this person wants to be happy. You know, like I said, sometimes when we don't see each other, sometimes those feelings might fade a bit. But with a real connection, they're never really ever gone. And I feel like the two of you coming together, finding your way back to each other, not only does it reignite the spark, I feel this reignite. I feel this igniting into a flame. You know, a lot of hot energy, but emotional connection as well. You know, building that foundation and establishing that trust is going to be very important for this. You know, we have the Nine of Cups. This person wants to be happy, and they want you to be happy, and they feel like there's no other place they can be happy than with you. You know, it's a reconciliation. You know, they're not the same person that they were. I feel like they've grown a lot. Like I said, they have their shit together now. They know what they want, and they know what they have to do to get it. And they're willing to do that, and that speaks volumes. You know, like I said, it's the biggest regret is letting you go. But I feel like it was it's beneficial to the both of you. You know, sometimes we meet someone and we have this great connection with them, but we're not, it's the right person at the wrong time. You know, sometimes we meet people and the connection is so real, but depending on your emotional maturity, it's how you accepted it. You know, sometimes we get with people and we kind of screw around, even though we're not trying to screw it up. We're just screwing around because we're young and stupid. You know, young and dumb. And if I wish I could put that as a title, but I don't think that's going to work for people, so I'm probably not going to put that. But that's what I see. I feel like this person was young and dumb. They didn't know what was right in front of them, but they know now. And that's why I see this person putting in a lot of work, putting in a lot of effort, being honest, being truthful, and being reliable. I mean, this person has their shit together in a way they never did before, and they want to share that with you. You know, they want to build with you. You know, and I mean, it's that connection, that spark that you feel when you're with this person is not, when I say spark, I don't want a misconception of just a physical attractiveness, you know, attraction to the person. I mean, it's something much deeper than that. It goes much deeper. But like I said, this person's made a huge amount of changes. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen this many changes in a person, but I mean, you really don't have to do anything. They're going to put on all the work. So, but it's not for me to tell you to accept this. Just because they're putting in the work and just because they're showing up doesn't mean you have to accept it. You know, that's up to you to decide. I'm just giving you what I see coming. Now with this person, I mean, we have a lot of fire. We have Leo and Sagittarius. We have a lot of air as well, with that Gemini and Libra. We have Pisces, some Cancer, we have Earth as well, with that with some Taurus. Taurus and Capricorn. You know, we don't always get it right the first time around. Um, we can be with someone and have an unreal connection. And maybe it doesn't work the first time. But it's like anything else in life. If you really want something, if you really, truly want something, you're not going to give up the first try. This person isn't giving up. Like I said, they've made a lot of changes. It's kind of like that idea that, if you think about it, when you're 15, 16, 17, 18, what you want in life can be very different than what you want when you're 25 or 30 or 40. And sometimes we want something different than the person that we're connected to. It doesn't mean they're not going to get there. It doesn't mean that someday they're going to want the same thing. There's lots of people that, they're not on the same page in the beginning. It's not about where you start, it's about where you want to finish. That's just my impression of the whole thing. Maybe you meet someone, you have this incredible connection, you can talk about anything, you feel physically connected to that person, mentally and emotionally connected to that person. You're just not on the same page. You're thinking about kids and marriage, and maybe they're not yet. But doesn't mean they won't be. And sometimes we got to walk away. And like that saying goes, sometimes you got to let it go, and if it comes back, it's yours. They're coming back, and they're yours. Think about it. Think about what you wanted when you were 12 and 13, 14, 15. And whatever age you are now, think about what you want now and think about how big a difference that is. And if it's a man and woman connection or a man and a man, trust me, I'll be the first to admit it. Men mature slower than women. So just because they're not necessarily on the same page today doesn't mean they won't be tomorrow or, in the future. I feel like when you meet someone that you truly connect with, that's something that's worth holding on to. And maybe sometimes you got to let it go. And if it doesn't come back, it wasn't meant to be. But if it does, it was. That's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.